Welcome to MRL. In this learning session, we will learn the solutions of exercise 5.2 of arithmetic progression chapter of 10th NCERT CBSE textbook. So let us begin with the first example. In the first example, we are given a table and we have to find those which are not given in the table. In the first example, an is not given or an is not there, so we have to find an, and we have the formula an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and n is 8, therefore a8 is equal to 7 plus 8 minus 1 into 3 because d is already given, so 7 plus 21 is equal to 28, therefore the value of tn or an is 28 in the first example. In the second example, we have to find d. Now we have been given that that is 10, n is 10 here, so a10 is equal to a plus 9d, and a10 is given as 0, and we have a as minus 18 and plus 9d as it is. The 18 is equal to 9d, or d is equal to 18 by 9 and d is equal to 2. And in the third case, we have been given n as 18, so a18 is equal to a plus 17d, and a18 is given as minus 5, and a is not known, we have to find it, plus 17 into minus 3, a minus 51, a is equal to 51 minus 5, and that is equal to 46. So that is what is the value of a. And in the fourth example, we have to find n here, and an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and we have been given that an is 3.6 and a is minus 18.9 plus n minus 1 into d, that is 2.5. Simplifying this, we get that n is equal to 10. So we have got the value of n as 10. So simplification is simple, so you can do that yourself. Now coming to the fifth example, that is we have to find an, and the formula for an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and we have been given n as 105, a 105 is equal to a plus 104d, a plus d is 0, therefore a plus 0, therefore a 105 is equal to a 105 is equal to 3.5. So these are the 5 examples in this table which we have found out. A very simple method of finding by using the general formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, or an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and please remember that. Now coming to the next example, that is the second example in that first one. To find 30th term of AP, we have to find 30th term of AP. The AP is already given to us, 10, 7, 4 dot dot is an AP. We have to find T30. I have used T here instead of A, so I prefer using term T. Term, the first alphabet of term is T, so 30th term we have to find out. So we know the formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and we have to find the 30th term. So n is 30, T30 is equal to a is 10, 30 minus 1 into d, because we know how to find d. D is T2 minus T1, 7 minus 10 is equal to minus 3, and therefore 10 plus 29 into minus 3 is equal to 10 minus 87, that is equal to minus 77, and therefore the 30th term is minus 77. A very simple example using the general formula, that is the formula for finding out the nth term, that is Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now coming to the second example, we have to find the 11th term of AP. We are already given, AP is given to us, that is minus 3 minus half 2 are the terms of the AP. We have to find the 11th term. We know the formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now T11, we have to find 11th term, so T11 is equal to minus 3, because first term is minus 3 plus 11 minus 1 divided by 5 by 2, because d is equal to T2 minus T1, and I got 5 by 2 here. Substituting 5 by 2 here, we simplifying it, we get minus 3 plus 25, and that is 22. So that is what is the 11th term. So the 11th term is 22. So please remember that. Now coming to the again a very interesting example. Here we have to fill the boxes again. We have been given the terms of AP. We have to fill these boxes. Let us understand how to solve these one by one. Now we are given the first term as 2 and the third term as 26. We have to find the middle term. And you know that if 3 terms are in AP, okay, first, second, third, 3 terms are in AP, then the middle term can be found out by taking the average of the first and the last, and that is exactly what I have done here. A, that is the middle term, A is a plus b divided by 2, and that is what is called as arithmetic mean here. So 2 plus 26 divided by 2, 28 by 2, that is 14. So that is the answer for that. In the next case, the second example, we have been given different, how many, 1, 2, 3, 4 terms are there. So let us take 13 and 3. 13 and 3, 8 is not known to us. So again 13, the middle term, and 3 form an AP, and therefore the middle term can be found out by taking the average of 13 and 3. 13 plus 3 is 16, 16 divided by 2 is 8. So that is how I have found out 8 here. Now once I know this is 8, okay, now I have to go for finding out the first term here. So now what we will do, have a look here. 13 and 8, the difference is how much? The 13 and 8, the difference is minus 5. So just add minus 5 to this. That means I have to add plus 5 to 13, I get 18, because we add 13 is equal to a plus d, or is equal to a minus 5. 13 plus 5 is equal to 18. So knowing the value of d, I can find out the first term of the given terms here. So the first term can be found out by adding 5 to 13, because d is 5, so 13 plus 5 is 18, and again, so minus, that is how we can find out, because you know that t2 minus t1 is equal to 13 minus 18, but d is minus 5, so 13 of minus 5 is 13 plus 5, that is 18. Similarly, 8 minus 5 is 8, see, if d is minus 5, 8 minus of minus 5 becomes 13, so 3 minus of minus 5 becomes 8, so we have got the value of d, and that is how I got 18 here. Now coming to the next example, we have been given the terms as 5 dash dash and 9 and a half. Now 9 and a is, please understand here, a is 5, the second term is a plus d, third term is a plus 2d, and the fourth term is a plus 3d. So therefore that means if a is 5 and the fourth term is a plus 3d, that means 9 and a half is a plus 3d. So a plus 3d is equal to 9 and a half, that is 19 by 2. Simplifying, we get the value of d, and d is 3 by 2. Once I know the value of d, and now the other terms can be easily found out. So now 5 plus 3 by 2 is simplified, we get 6 and a half. And 6 and a half plus 3 by 2, by simplification I get 8. Then 8 plus 3 by 2 is 9 and a half. So these two boxes are filled here by the calculations given here. Now the fourth example, now there are 4 boxes and we have got minus 4 and 6. Of course I can go with a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, a plus 4d, and so on, and a plus 5d here. So find out the value of d and then go ahead with it. But I have adopted a simple method here using a formula. D is equal to tp minus t cube divided by p minus q. The tp means pth term. Pth term is 6 here. I have taken, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 term is 6. So 6 term I have taken the first term, that is minus 4, that is tp minus tq will be 6 minus of minus 4, and the sixth term is 6, and the q term is 1. So 6 minus of minus 4 becomes 10 divided by 5, and d I have got as 2. Once I get d as 2, minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2, minus 2 plus 2 is 0, 0 plus 2 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. So that is how we get the 4 boxes filled there. Now coming to the next example, we have to go for, again I can do this by finding the value of d. So let me find out the value of d by taking the formula tp minus tq upon p minus q, and here tp is again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 term, so minus 22, minus plus 38 is second term, plus 38, so it will be minus 22, minus of plus is minus 38, the minus 60, and the sixth term is the sixth term, 6, and this is second term, so 6 minus 2 divided by 4, so I have got the value of d as minus 15. Once I get the value of d, now it becomes simple. So 53 minus 15 is 38, 38 minus 15 is 23, 23 minus 8 is 8, 8 minus of 15 is minus 7, minus of again minus 7 minus 15 is minus 22. So knowing the value of d, we can fill all the 4 boxes. So there are different methods of finding all these values, which you can adopt whichever the method you want. Here I have used the arithmetic mean, here I have found out the value of d, and here I have used the formula for finding d. So like that we can adopt different methods for finding out the values. So adopt any method which is easier for you, which you find you are comfortable with. So that is how we find the values. Important thing is understanding the basics of arithmetic progression and then applying them for solving the exam. The next example is that is the fourth example. What term of AP 3, 8, 13, 18 dot dot is 78? Please note this, it is only 8, not 18 or anything, it is only 8. Now we are given here the nth term as 78 and we have to find n. Now to find n, we can use the formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. A is equal to 3, D is equal to 8 minus 3, that is 5. So substitute the values in this. Tn is 78 is equal to 3 plus n minus 1 into 5, 3 plus 5n minus 5, 5n minus 2, 5n is equal to 78 plus 2, 5n is equal to 80, therefore n is equal to 80 by 5, and that is 16. So the 16th term of the AP, given AP, is 78. So remember that. Now to find n in the given APs, we have to find n in the given APs here. The first example is, we are given an AP 7, 13, 19, dot dot 205, and in that we have the value Tn is 205, that is the last term, and A is 7, D is 13 minus 7, and that is 6. So we can use the relation Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D, substitute the values of A and D in this, and also Tn in it. So 205 is equal to 7 plus n minus 1 into 6, 7 plus 6n minus 6, 6n plus 1. So 6n is equal to 205 minus 1, 204, n is equal to 204 by 6, and that is 34. And therefore the number of the terms of given AP here, starting from 7 and up to 205 with a common difference of 6, there are 34 terms, therefore n is 34. Remember that. Now coming to the second example, we are given an AP 18, 15 and a half, 13 dot dot up to minus 47. Now again the Tn is given here as minus 47. The first term, that is A, is 18, and we have the common difference D, 15 and a half minus 18, that is minus 5 by 2. Now we are putting all these values in the formula. Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Minus 47 is equal to 18 plus n minus 1 into minus 5 by 2. Simplifying this, we get 18 minus 5 by 2n plus 5 by 2, 18 plus 5 by 2 minus 5 by 2n, and then simplifying we get 41 by 2 minus 5 by 2n, and 5 by 2n is equal to 41 by 2 plus 47, and that is 135 by 2, and 2 gets cancelled here. 5 is equal to 135, n is equal to 27. So therefore the number of terms of AP is 27 for the given AP, when the value starts from 18 and reach up to minus 47, which is the last term or the nth term. Now coming to the next example, to check if minus 150 is a term of the AP. Now we have to check whether minus 150 is a term of the given AP. The given AP is 11852 dot dot is an AP given to us. To check whether minus 150 is a term in this AP, so what we will do here is just check whether the value of n is a natural number. So let us understand that. Now we have been given Tn as minus 150. Let us assume that minus 150 is the nth term, and A is 11 definitely, and D is 8 minus 11, that is minus 3. Substitute the values of these values in Tn formula. Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. That means minus 150 is equal to 11 plus n minus 1 into minus 3. Simplifying that, we get 3n is equal to 14 plus 150, that is 164, n is equal to 164 by 3, and we don't get a natural number here. So therefore the minus 150 definitely is not a term of the given arithmetic progression. Remember that. Now the next example is, we are given the 11th term as 38 and the 16th term as 73. Now we have to find the 31st term. Please understand here, the 11th term is 38, the 16th term of an AP is 73. We have to find the 31st term. We have to find out 31st term, that means we have to find T31. Now by the relation Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D, we can find out T31 as T31 is equal to A plus 30D. Now if you observe here, there are two unknowns here. A is not known, D is not known. When we have two unknowns, that means we have to get two equations to find two unknowns. So therefore we have T11 is equal to 38 from one equation, that is T11 is A plus 10D is equal to 38, and in the second equation T16 is equal to 73, therefore A plus 15D is equal to 73. Now we can solve this second and third, that is equation number 2 and equation number 3, and find the values of A and D. Now let us see that. Now solving 2 and 3, A gets cancelled here because when I subtract, A gets cancelled. So 10D minus 15D becomes minus 5D, and 38 minus 73 is equal to minus 35. D is equal to 7, and that is the value of D there. Put the value of D is equal to 7 in equation number, any equation 2 or 3 here, and simplify, we get A is equal to minus 32. Put the values of A and D in T31 is equal to A plus 30D, and simplify, we get 31st term as 178. Now please try to understand here. that solving pair of linear equations is very important here in solving examples of arithmetic progression. So please go through the methods of solving pair of linear equations, in particular the elimination method, okay, and apply them here. So we have got two unknowns found, that is A is known, D is known, substitute, we get the answer. Now here in the 8th example, we are given the number of terms are 50, the third term is 12, the nth term is 106, and we have to find the 29th term. Now to find 29th term, as per the formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, we get to T29 is equal to a plus 28d. Now there are two unknowns again here, so we have to find them. So let us take the first equation, T3 is equal to 12, and therefore a plus 2d is equal to 12, that is one equation. And then we have Tn here. Tn is already given to us as 106, and Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d here, and T50 is equal to a plus 49d, because number of terms are 50, so T50 is equal to a plus 49d. A plus 49d is 106. So we have the Tn, that is T50 is 106, and therefore I have got T50 as 106, but that is a plus 49d is equal to 106, and that is the second equation. So try to understand this step. Now solving 2 and 3. Now a plus 2d is equal to 12, a plus 49d is equal to 106, subtract it, a gets cancelled, we get minus 47d is equal to minus 94, and d is equal to 2. So we got the value of d, and put this value of d to get the value of a, and in any one of the equations. So a plus 2d is equal to 12, so we got a is equal to 8. Substitute the values of d is equal to 2 and a is equal to 8 in the equation T29. T29 is equal to a plus 28d, and simplifying we get T29 is equal to 64. Therefore the 29th term of the AP is 64, and that is how we calculate it. So therefore whenever two unknowns are there, you have to get two equations, solve those two equations by one of the methods of solving pair of linear equations, and then get the values of the unknown, substitute the values in the equation where we require it, and then get the value, whatever the value is required. Now coming to the 9th example, we are given T3 is equal to 4 and T9 is equal to minus 8. Now we have to find the term of the AP which is 0. So let us assume that Tn is equal to 0 then. So if Tn is equal to 0, we have to find out what is that n, what term is 0 then. Now to get that, we have to use the formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, that is 0 is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. When I simplify it, I find that I have to get the value of n. So but understand here, I do not know a and d here, I do not know a and d here, so I have to solve I require two equations to find the value of a and d. So I have used the two equations given to me, T3 is equal to 4, T9 is equal to minus 8. So therefore the first equation is a plus 2d is equal to 4, and second equation is a plus 8d is equal to minus 8. So solving these two equations, I get d is equal to minus 2 and a is equal to 8. Now I put the values of a as 8 here and d as minus 2. Directly I have not got them, I have solved them and then I got it here. So by simplifying that, we get 8 minus 2n plus 2, 10 minus 2n, 2n is equal to 10, n is equal to 10 by 2, n is equal to 5. So therefore the fifth term of AP is 0. So please try to go through this, understand this example. So when you are asked the term of AP which is 0, take Tn as 0, then write the equation, that is write the formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now wait for getting the values of a and d. By solving 1 and 2, we get the values of a and d, substitute them here, and then get the value of n. So that is the procedure. Now coming to the next example, that is the 17th term of AP exceeds its 10th term by 7. Find the common difference, and that is we have to find d in that. Now 17th term of an AP, please understand, 17th term of an AP exceeds 10th term by 7. That means T17 exceeds T10 by 7. So that is the equation here. T17 is equal to T10 plus 7. And we know T17 is a plus 16d, T10 is a plus 9d plus 7, and 16d minus 9d is equal to 7. Therefore we got d is equal to 7 by 7, and therefore d is equal to 1. So please remember, T17 is a plus 16d. I have used the again formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. N minus 1 means it is 16. So in both the cases I have used the formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So I have framed an equation here, solved it to get the value of d. So please remember this example. Now given 3, 15, 27, 39 is an AP. The term of AP which is 132 more than its 54th term. Now that means we have been given an AP. We have to find the term of AP which is 132 more than 54th term of the AP. So let us understand this. Let the term be Tn. Okay, let the term be Tn. That means the nth term must be the 54th term of the AP plus 132. So let us go for finding the 54th term first. T54 is equal to A plus 53D. We know A is equal to 3. We know D is equal to 15 minus 3, that is 12. 3 plus 60, 636, and that is 639. So we have got 54th term as 639. So substituting here 639 plus 132, that is 771. But Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D, and A is known to us as 3 and D as 12. Substitute here. Simplify. 12n is equal to 771 plus 9, 780. N is equal to 780 by 12, and the answer is 65. So simplification is simple. What we have to understand is what basics we have to use for solving the examples. So we know that Tn is there, A plus n minus 1 into D. We should know when to use it, and also understand the statement, frame an equation, substitute the unknown, and solve them, simplify them. And hence simplification, a very simple simplification, fundamental operations are there. Simplify and get the value of n, and n is 65. So the 65th term is 132 more than 54th term of AP. So that is how we solve the examples of the arithmetic progression. Solving arithmetic progression examples is very easy provided you know the basics clearly, and also you remember the basic formulas which are required for solving the examples. So when you practice them, when you learn them how to solve, it becomes so very simple and easy. So learn them, practice more examples, note down them in a book for your future reference. Thank you.